recall that one kid in the class who always used to be in the limelight, but not for the right reasons. The one kid who always used to make fun of the first benchers, or probably the one kid who most of the times was found standing outside the classroom, both hands up because punishment. Or probably the one kid who used to get smashed badly during the PTMs because the teacher always used to say to her parents, please sit for the last slot, we need to have a detailed discussion for your child. Great. So you have recalled that so-called undisciplined element of your class. Now look at me. I was exactly the same kid of my class. But before any predictions, let's dig in deep to understand how this undisciplined element landed into the world's most valuable, most powerful, and moreover, the profession that made her rich. So the story goes in a me versus me theme. I still remember I was in my ninth standard and there was this PTM that happened after half-yearly exams. And my Hindi teacher told this exact statement to my parents, आप अपनी लड़की को घर ले जाइए, ये पढ़ाई लिखाई नहीं कर पाएगी. Honestly, she was right because I scored ugly in the exams because I was the undisciplined element of the classroom. But I gave a very frowning, a very hatred look to her face and walked off the room. That is how I responded to a feedback. Versus last year when I applied for a TEDx and I was not selected. I cried, I was hurt, but this time I did not give the feedback a frowning or a hatred look. Instead, I gave it space, I gave it time to settle in, and stood up again with the reignited hope that I will be standing on this platform. And today, here I am checking off one of the bullet points of my bucket list and, feeling really thankful, really grateful for this opportunity. So the learning that I built within myself and in fact building it as of now is in order to feel the glow of feedback, you have to exhale demotivation and rather you have to inhale introspection. Because the moment you start introspecting, there would be a flood of realizations that will come into picture that will drift you in the direction of self-improvement and self-enhancement. In fact, there's this saying, and it goes like, the only real power that we have as a human is how to respond. We can get stuck into a lot of situations where any number of bad things can happen to us. We cannot choose what happens to us. But the power that we have in that moment is how to respond. And this knowledge gives us a lot of freedom. This knowledge gives us the opportunity to present what kind of person you are. So that's my learning number one from my me versus me journey. Moving forward to the scene two of my me versus me journey. So I was a commerce student in my schooling, and post that I pursued my BBA, Bachelor's in Business Administration from IP University. No clue why. Fast forwarding to then, I went to my parents and presented my idea that, hey look, I want to pursue a master's now. I want to do an MBA. They came back to me with a heavy slap of disagreement on my face. Not because they were against education, but because they knew that I did not know why I wanted to do an MBA. Confessionally, honestly, I had no clue. I somehow convinced them and I landed into FIIB. Sitting in the lectures, still no idea, no clue why, which specialization I'm going to choose. Okay. Then one fine day, I was attending this lecture of business development and negotiations. And for a change, Simran was found to be raising hands in the class. And she was excited to deliver product presentations. She was excited to be a part of negotiation sessions. I screamed to myself that finally there is something that can excite you up. Finally, there is something in the world that can give you the thrill as well. Respecting my interests, I landed into Naukri's B2B space. So I'm currently serving as a solutions consultant at InfoEdge, managing the B2B business development space. So there was a time when I had no goal clarity, versus came the time when I finally discovered the something that can excite me up, versus today, when I sit for an interview and the interviewer asks me that, why did you choose upon sales? I simply answer, I did not. In fact, I let my interests flow in the best possible direction that they can. Come back to me, collect their experiences and come back to me and scream that, hey Simran, this is something that is giving you the kick, go ahead. And for me, that kick was product presentations, that kick was negotiations. If somebody asks me today what is the most important, what is the most important favorite part of your job profile, I answer negotiations. Today, when a recruiter approaches me and offers me a different job profile, a different designation, my interest towards BD has bounded me so strongly, so confidently, that I have to respect what I have discovered through my experience, one, and I will and I have to excel in the domain when I have entered into it. So that's one. The learning that I built within myself and I'm still building within myself is, you have to pay the opportunity cost of rigidity. You have to pay the opportunity cost of procrastination in order to enjoy the beautiful view of goal clarity, in order to enjoy the beautiful view of self-confidence towards the direction that you are moving in your life. So that's learning number 2. Moving forward to the scene 3, and this is a sensitive one of my me versus me journey. So I was in my 12th standard, and everybody, all of my schoolmates, batchmates, they were busy making loads of school memories, because obviously that was the ending of school journey. Versus me and Limelight, we always were in a relationship. So I was the kid who used to sit on the last bench near the window, no friends, no social circle. I was the kid who used to hide in the washrooms during the lunch hours because I was embarrassed, I was scared that I had no friends, people will make fun out of me. Why? Why I had no social circle? The answer is, I was the most egoistic person in the room. I used to hold grudges like anything. I used to give up on relationships in a single click. I clearly, I miserably, I intensely failed at relationship management. I couldn't see people, going at the top because of my insecurity. Versus today, when I'm professionally associated with a designation wherein client relationship is the key, client relationship is the success, wherein personally I have been using the terms like congratulations, all the best, how can I help you, let's forget it, let's move on, let's figure it out. These kind of words in my dictionary of persona often. Because today I feel secure within myself. Because today I feel confident that my presence in the room is going to make a difference. Because today I am proud of the woman I am becoming. My mindset has changed. I am still evolving and I am 100% in for it. So, the learning that I built and I'm still building within myself through this experience is, being a positive person is very tough. It's a task. You have to push away all the negativity, all the jealousy, all the insecurity. In fact, the most expensive fragrance that you can wear is a positive persona. And you cannot let your insecurities, you cannot let your underconfidence just pollute that expensive fragrance. So that's my learning number 3 from my me versus me journey. And the question that comes now is, what is the roadmap to this personal growth? And the answer is pretty simple. Include all. By include all, I mean include all the elements. The feedback, the introspection, the space, the interests, the goal clarity, the experiences, the how can I help you approach, and most importantly, the relationship management skill. And grow tall. By tall, I mean tall in life, tall in mindset. The crux of my movie is, revisit all your past mistakes. Allow yourself the time to introspect. Analyze your realizations attentively. And most importantly, apply those realizations into real picture in the most productive, in the most effective manner. And here I unveil the job description of the world's most valuable, most powerful, and moreover, the profession that made me rich internally. The profession that can make you rich internally. Be your own personal growth analyst. Start applying.